going to run 2 more plants over there, which should bring us well on our way to 9,000 ounces this season.
Tony Beets from Gold Rush is once again making headlines. Both ups and downs have marked the path to fame of popular reality television star Tony Beets. Known for his no-nonsense attitude, this Gold Rush star has been going through a lot recently. From large gold expeditions to some pretty intense family drama, it's safe to say that he might be a regular on the news for a while. His no-nonsense attitude and hands-on approach may have finally done him in. Now he is back in the news, and the reason is bound to leave you shocked beyond measure. Striking gold. Right from childhood, it was obvious that Beets was a man destined for great things. His passion and ability to stay focused on his goal were qualities that many people his age could hardly achieve. While they were more interested in sports and games, he was interested in succeeding as a farmer. Farming was hard labor, but Beets did not mind. In fact, he actually enjoyed it. There was always a sense of satisfaction he got when he had spent hours on a project and finally saw it yielding results. Even when his body felt too tired to continue, there was this sense of peace, knowing that he had given his best. His father was a farmer, and while he was away, it was up to Beets to ensure that the farm continued running smoothly in his absence. For Beets, these moments of responsibility played a big role in shaping him into the man that we know and respect today. His perseverance and strong will have made him into a man whom many people aspire to be like. His place in the gold rush was not given to him on a silver platter. Instead, he earned it through hard work, endurance, and a very strong will. A desire to survive and find worth in the dirt, no matter the cost of the conditions he encountered. His passion for succeeding and establishing his legacy is something many people admire and some even envy. Putting his heart into it and ensuring that he produces results has always been his approach. He refused to let circumstances and challenges stop him from achieving his goals. His attitude became evident when his father was involved in an accident, leaving him unable to tend to the farm. This left the burden of all farm work on his shoulders. Being in charge, he was responsible for all farm operations and ensuring that men twice his age did their jobs properly. It was there that he learned how to keep calm even when situations aren't working in your favor and find another route. His time on the farm helped him develop essential life skills that would eventually benefit him in the mining industry. As the years passed by, he grew even more confident in who he was as a person. However, what grew along with him was a thirst for adventure, a life outside of farming. He wanted to make a name for himself, and he did not see himself ending up as a farmer just as his father did. Along the way, he met Minnie, a woman with like passions. Just as he did, she also felt that there was more to life than farming in the Netherlands. When Beet looked at her, he saw not just a wife, but also a business partner. Above all, she believed in his dreams of making it big in life, no matter how unbelievable it may have seemed back then. She became his wife, and they decided to move to Canada in 1980. Finding a job in Canada was challenging, and they had only their farming expertise to offer. Seeing as they had no choice, Beets had to rely on his past skills on the farm to get by. He took up work on a dairy farm near Salmon Arm, milking cows. After a few months, he heard rumors of gold miners making over $1,000 in Yukon. The rumors sparked something in him, curious about the whole venture. He bought a plane ticket to Whitehorse to see if the rumors were true. On getting there, he was informed that he had arrived too early in the season to get a gold mining job. However, whatever he saw there left a strong impression and forever changed his life. It was while in Whitehorse that Beets decided that he would be a gold miner, no matter what it took. Although he did not have a lot of money and almost no skills when it came to mining gold, he had a heart that was set ablaze with desire and passion for mining gold. The act of gold mining fascinated him. To look deep into the ground, where people step in daily and find treasures that they never knew about, was pretty fascinating to him. People may have crossed over those places thousands of times without knowing they were stepping on treasure. It was truly an amazing phenomenon to him. And he felt that, compared to mucking out cow stables, digging through dirt to find precious stones was no issue. Since he was early in the season and unable to get a job, he had to return to the dairy farm where he worked. A seed had been planted in his heart, and a new passion had grown. Eventually, he grew restless with his life on the farm and headed to Alberta, where he took on a job at an oil company. If he could not mine gold, then he would drill for oil. Although both jobs had the same concept, Beets had found himself daydreaming about what his life as a gold miner would have looked like. Unable to give up on his dreams, he continued searching for mining jobs while still holding on to his job at the oil company. Then, Lady Luck smiled on him, and he received a call informing him of a job opening for a miner in Yukon. He knew it was his time to move on to greater things, and he has never looked back ever since. His tenacious spirit and focused mind refused to give up once he found what he wanted to do. He simply refused to let fate decide his path for him. If he had, he would still be a farmer in the Netherlands, and probably would have never made it big. His passion, however, set him on a new path, one that would make him an international figure to people all around the world. Rather than lying down and accepting what life gave him, he chose instead to fight for his own dreams, refusing to back down even when it seemed like moving forward was a lost cause. He knew what he wanted to do with his life and pursued it, rising to greatness despite the odds. He did not let anything distract him from his goal, and pushed on till he became the man he had always wanted to be. He gave his all to his labor and did not let himself be discouraged by the circumstances around him. He worked hard and ensured that by the time he was done, people would know that he had been one of the best miners of all time. He did not shy away from hard work and was patient, even when things were not working in his favor at the moment. He instead paid attention to other things, ensuring that he never stayed idle. He continued to contribute to his society and meet the expectations of those around him, regardless of what they thought about him and his background. Living in golden times.
First, gold from the Indian River, starting with the dredge.
His single-mindedness and enthusiasm for mining were what landed him on one of the world's greatest television shows, Gold Rush. His time on the show helped shed more light on Tony Beets' personality. He first appeared on the show in Season 2, 2011. At that time, his appearances were short and there wasn't much coverage on his life as a gold miner. During his debut, he was already a mining boss with his own mining company. He was known to be direct and somewhat intimidating. In 2011, he was not a main cast member yet, but instead someone who offered advice and equipment to the Hoffmans and occasionally other miners. With his deep knowledge of gold mining and equipment, he became someone to go to when you needed advice on easy mining tips. Back then, he preferred working behind the scenes and had gotten successful at mining. However, his rise to fame occurred in Season 4, which aired in 2013. Parker Schnabel, one of the main stars of the show, approached Beets to lease his claim on Scribner Creek. Beets agreed on the condition that Parker would pay him 15% of whatever gold Parker would mine. That was one of the best decisions he ever made. In that season, Beets received approximately 800 ounces of gold in royalties, which totaled nearly $1 million. It was the starting point of a successful gold mining career for Beets. Without digging himself, Beets literally struck gold. While others may be excited to see $1 million, Beets decided to think bigger. He took all that money and bought a 75-year-old sledge. He planned to restore the sledge and begin mass gold mining with it. Many people were uncertain about this. Sledges had been out of commission in the mining industry for some time, and fixing one required a significant amount of time and resources. All this occurred in Season 5, which aired in 2014. It was also in this episode that he made an official appearance as one of the main cast of Gold Rush. This appearance featured him going through the challenges of getting his dredge up and running for mining activities. Many people considered it a waste of time and resources, but he was not deterred. Although he made a little less than he did in the previous seasons, he was not discouraged. He continued to put effort, time, and money into his sledge project. Season 6 was when he struck gold. He was able to complete the sledge project, which ramped up his gold mining efforts. In that season, he mined about 3,370 ounces of gold. This accounted for $4 million when sold. It was then that his title as the Viking of the Klondike was established. From then on, he went to purchase other broken dredges, and when he was done fixing them up, his paycheck steadily increased. In gold mining, dredges are like floating gold factories. They dig up gravel and sediments from the bottom of old riverbeds. The gravel is then washed with water and passed through sluice boxes with metal bars and mats. Gold, being heavy, settles and gets trapped in these metal bars, while the lighter materials are washed away out the back as tailings. Not only was this machine effective, but it also saved time and required fewer people to run. There was also the fact that it could process a lot of sediments and gravel in a day, faster than humans could. It could also run for many hours in a day without needing to stop and take a break. On the show, time and again, he demonstrated himself as a man who constantly pushed to be the best, regardless of his circumstances. Many people feared him because of his intense focus when he had his mind set on something. There was no changing this mind when it came to mining, unless you had a really good reason. He wasn't one to sit on the sidelines and watch others thrive. Tony Beets was a man who dedicated his entire energy to winning and being the best. A lot of people find this devotion to be a little extreme, but for those who know Beets, that is just how he is. He has demonstrated his intellectual progress in all aspects related to gold mining, and can be very difficult to please. His blunt honesty might be a little too much for some, but he is a man who works with facts. He doesn't beat around the bush, and he does not care about anyone's feelings getting hurt. His one goal and mission is to be one of the most successful gold miners that anyone has ever seen. His use of colorful language and inability to sugarcoat the truth may be offensive to some. Still, to those who understand the wealth of knowledge and expertise he presents, they recognize the value he offers. He might not be the friendliest, but he is, without a doubt, the guy to go to when you end up in a fix while mining. His blunt attitude and fierce personality were attributes that earned him the reputation as the King of Klondike. As the episodes progressed, it became evident that when it comes to the distribution of labor and working smart, Beets was the man for the job. His idea of fixing the sledges not only saved him time and resources in the long run, but also ensured that he got the maximum amount of gold in the shortest amount of time. Rather than relax at the sight of success, he continues to work hard. Steadily and surely, he has been building an empire, solidifying himself as a prominent figure in the world of gold miners. It's a lot of hard labor and more than 12 hours in the mines, but Beets loves his job. His goal is to live his dream and be the best in the business. He does not slack and does not let his employees slack either. He is what some would term harsh and pushes as hard as he can so he can be the top dog in his field. He has established himself as a no-nonsense man and does not tolerate any form of laziness or indiscipline among his crew. He is not afraid to express his opinion and show displeasure when things are not working according to plan. He says it as it is and expects things to be done in the way he wants them to be done. Today, Beets owns one of the largest private gold mines in Paradise Hill. His journey to the top has been filled with long hours of labor throughout the 7-month gold mining season. It's not all fun and games, but the sense of fulfillment at the end of a long day of work is worth it for Beets. He pushes on, striving to become the ultimate master when it comes to goldining. He intends to establish himself as the top gold miner in his territory. Come rain or shine, he has zero intentions of quitting. Notwithstanding the obstacles that he might face, he refuses to let anything or anyone stand in the way of his dream. As far as his time on the show goes, he has amassed an outstanding sum of over $40 million in profits since his major appearance in Season 4. It's safe to say he has found a way to make the land profitable for himself. Breaking news and mining troubles. For decades, Tony Beets has been labeled as the King of the Klondike. Beets, along with his wife and 4 children, has turned the gold mining business into a family venture. However, it's no secret that this king is getting old, and questions have begun to arise about who his next successor will be. All of his children are actively involved in the family business, each contributing to its success to the best of their abilities. While others might consider it a real thrill to have a father who harvests gold for a living, his children might not hold the same sentiment. Although he can be sentimental when it comes to his family, Beets is not known for keeping favorites. Just like his workers, he ensures that his children also contribute their share to the family business. There is no preferential treatment, and they get the same pay as everybody else. Their dad might be the boss, but he isn't the kind to keep his kids from the sorry work. Just like him, they get their hands dirty and work twice as hard to prove their worth to the family business. However, as many years have passed, many have begun to wonder if the Discovery star is considering retirement. Although he is still in relatively good form, it's impossible to know what his body has endured over the years as a miner. Those long hours in difficult weather conditions and the stress of pulling together his team to ensure they made the most of every season had to have taken a toll over the years. Or so we thought. Could he enjoy being idle instead of grinding it out season after season? Speaking to TV Insider, Tony revealed the biggest news yet. He was absolutely not done yet. Mining has been his dream, and he has no intention of leaving so easily. For him, mining was a way to enjoy life, and enjoying life is something he has been doing for the past 40 years. What we all consider hard labor has been him living his best life. It may not be all fun and games, but it's always been the life he has wanted to live. As of 2025, Tony Beets has spent 4 decades gold mining. Tony feels proud of the family business he and his wife Minnie created. This venture has been the primary source of the family's finances for years, providing food on the table for decades. However, beyond that, it has been a dream come true for Beets. While his kids take big strides forward in the mining industry, he still has dreams of conquering even more land in Canada. As for the future, he is optimistic. He hopes to leave behind enough ground for his family to continue the family business for a long time. He still has a lot to teach them, and they still have a long way to go in terms of independence. They are bright kids and his children. They will find a way to step up and will one day be able to fill their father's shoes. According to Beets, that time isn't now. He still has many things he wishes to accomplish. He is not giving up yet. While the life of a gold miner might be all that Beets has hoped it would be, it still remains the fact that gold mining is one of the hardest jobs to operate in the world. According to Beets, he and his crew work 12 to 14 hours a day, often in punishing weather conditions, trying to secure ounces of gold. They also face constant breakdowns, with machinery giving way at the least expected times, leading to losses in both time and money. There's also the race against the clock. In Gold Rush, you have until the end of the season to mine as much gold as you can. According to Beets, gold mining is a hands-on operation. If you're not out there every day, monitoring equipment and crew members, then you might as well pack up and go home because you might not get anything. 7 days a week and hours on end, Beets pushes his crew to get the best that the land has to offer. Despite such heroic efforts, success is never guaranteed. The fate of the miner rests in the hands of the ground. According to an interview with Beets, he explained how miners are at the mercy of the ground. There were years when he would think he was on good ground, but at the end of the day, he would find himself struggling just to get by. For a miner, the ground always determines one's fate. One of the perks of owning his operation is the opportunity to employ family members. Each season, Beets works alongside his wife, Minnie, and 3 of his 4 adult children. According to multiple sources, Beets is a tough man to please. Always having a hands-on approach and a no-nonsense attitude, he never passes up an opportunity to instill the importance of hard work and diligence in his children. According to the mining legend, there are 3 kinds of people in the world: those who make things happen, those who wait for things to happen, and those who wonder what the hell just happened. There are also issues related to obtaining special licenses to conduct specific mining activities. The life of a miner is different from that of other people. His job is to raid the earth, looking for precious minerals. The money is underground, he just has to find a way to retrieve it. However, some of their methods are somewhat extreme, and if they are not careful, they could face charges of environmental violations. For a long while, Beets had avoided their complications. There was an incident that almost gave him a lot of issues. As of 2017, rumors were circulating online of him being sentenced to life imprisonment due to some environmental violations. While these rumors were not true, he did encounter some legal issues. Beets was slapped with charges for environmental violations during his time on the gold rush. The charges were for a violation of the Yukon Waters Act after Beets allowed gasoline to be poured on a dredge pond, which was set on fire. That act of his did not go down well with the Yukon Water Department. However, instead of a life imprisonment as sources claimed, he received a fine of $31,000 and faced other consequences, which included hurdles in obtaining a water license. He, however, did not receive any jail time. Instead, Beets was forced to pay for the cleanup and had difficulty getting a new license. It was a huddle in his path, but he still got to continue his mining operation. He wasn't the only one from the show who also encountered some legal trouble. The Gold Rush crew at Todd Hoffman's mining site also faced lawsuits, which claimed that his mining operation was causing disturbances and affecting residents. Although having the Gold Rush shooting in the area was a significant boost to the town's economy, the locals struggled to cope with the noise and oversight. The lawsuit resulted in Hoffman and his crew packing up and leaving the town completely. Eventually, whether it was due to the incident or for other undisclosed reasons, Hoffman left the show. As if legal issues were not enough, Beets and his other cast members also have to deal with extreme weather conditions. Schnabel knows this better than most, as during Gold Rush Season 15 he had to contend with multiple equipment failures and the ground that he wanted to mine being frozen. He was still lucky compared to Rick Ness, who brought the wrong pump and saw his mining operations grind to a halt. For these miners, gold mining is a game of chance, and you do not know it until you actually see it. There's also the economy to worry about. Despite pulling in some large quantities of gold, Parker Schnabel, a Gold Rush star, has been fairly upfront that he will sell what gold he pulls up, due to an ever-shifting economy and the fact that he pulls in far more with his actual mining business than he does on Gold Rush. Although these challenges exist, Beets and his fellow cast members remain fully committed to the world of gold mining. Yes, there are setbacks, but the rewards far outweigh the challenges. Quitting is not an option. Beets and these men have dedicated their lives to searching through the soil, eager to unearth the hidden treasures that lie underneath. It's a full-time job, but they are not complaining. In fact, for people like Beets, it is either gold mining or nothing at all. His time on the show has demonstrated remarkable intelligence and bravery. His single-mindedness made his devotion to mining even worthwhile. When others quit, Beets stood his ground and stayed till he achieved results. His story is one of perseverance and a desire to make a dream come true so badly that it changed his fate. Others might call it being foolhardy or unreasonable, but his constant refusal to give up is what has made him one of the forces to be reckoned with in the world of mining. His unbreakable spirit is one of his qualities that has helped him to succeed where others have failed. Gold Rush is back for its 16th season, and the king of the Klondike, Tony Beets, is not slowing down. He hit $500,000 in gold in 1 week early in the season. Things are ramping up in the new season, and Beets is still going strong. Discovery Channel just locked in the premiere date for Friday, the 7th of November. The miners are chasing a staggering $100 million in gold this time as prices soar and competition hits new levels. His children are also following in his footsteps and striving to uphold the family name. His oldest son, Kevin Beets, is stepping up this year, hoping to double his gold total and prove he's ready to run his own show. However, even seasoned miners know the Yukon does not hand out second chances. Tough calls will be made, and the miners will have to prove that the land has favored them. For Beets, it's a matter of ensuring he maintains his position as one of the top dogs in the industry and strives to be a better miner than he was last season. He will have to use whatever he has left in his arsenal to meet the $100 million target and prove that he is one of the greatest investors of all time. It will not be easy, but Beets is known for facing challenges head-on. He won't back down and will try whatever he has in his arsenal to succeed. Winning won't come easy in this upcoming season, but then, when has anything concerning Beets been easy? He thrives in a world of challenges and consistently emerges victorious. Persevering spirit or not, he is going to need all of the help he can get and use every trick in the book to reach his target. It's not easy, but with Beets, never say never. What are your thoughts on these? Share in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more. Before you go, watch the other videos on your screen.